Hey Daniel, I think I picked up on an interesting lie. This video is about a lady, well, they're talking to Carrie Lake. She's like an Arizonian, and she went for like mayor or some, not mayor, like higher up than that. And she didn't win. She didn't win, bud. And guess what? She lost. It was an underdog fucking win by this woman named Katie Hobbs. Yeah, her social media presence didn't touch anything of Carrie Lake's. Like it was a true underdog story. But in like great American fashion, Katie got to run the election. And I gotta think in my head it's okay, but we got bigger things to worry about with the whole Hobbs situation and stuff like that. Daniel, listen, pay attention, buddy. I like catching these little narcissists and lies.
Promoted by Russian state media that the Pentagon was funding bioweapon labs in Ukraine. These claims have been proven resoundingly false, even by Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Did you hear that? We heard Marco Rubio. She heard that straight from the lips of Marco Rubio.
By that prior
Look,
statement,
I know that many members of Congress care more about funding Ukraine.
Do you stand by that statement, which is clearly a lie?
I know that
you are responsible for an agency that is supposed to promote truth, and yet over and over again,
Yeah, she just won't answer the questions. So I'll try and answer it for her. But what you need to know, Daniel, and the whole world needs to know that Miss Carrie Lake, well, she gave a recording to the world of somebody trying to buy her off. And guess what? Nothing happened to that person. I don't think there was an investigation. I think the intelligence agencies are looking forward to getting to it in the next 10 years, perhaps. Who knows? But anyways, Daniel, that's just what I think. But let's get back to Marco Rubio. Now, you got to ask yourself, why is Katie hiding why she said what she said? And she's just trying to put it off on America spending too much on Ukraine, when she could just answer the question, because guess what?
Ask you, does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
Ukraine has...
Now, just to point out who this lady is real quick. Well, we've got a weapons of mass destruction problem on our hands right now, and Iran needs to deal with it. Well, this is the person who dealt with the other weapons of mass destruction. And, well, she got promoted, and, well, you guys go see what you think about the lost weapons of mass destruction that Victoria Nuland was part of.
Biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control.
So that sounds to me like the Americans were working with the Ukrainians, not weapons, research. Because this is 3 years ago. This video, they forgot all about it, I guess. I don't know. And while the other one was from 2 days ago.
So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
Now, any smart person would say, if there was a threat to the world with biological, research, but they could be turned into weapons, right? You would want to destroy that stuff if you were in the middle of the war and were thinking it might get out, but not the intelligence agencies that were working with those research labs. They hadn't turned into weapons yet. Because why, Victoria?
I'm aware that the Russian propaganda groups are already putting out there all kinds of information about how they've uncovered a plot by the Ukrainians to release biological weapons in the country, and with NATO's coordination. If there's a biological or chemical weapon incident or attack inside of Ukraine, is there any doubt in your mind that 100% it would be the Russians that would be behind it?
No, because we shouldn't be dealing with biological shit, especially in other countries. Why, when Bill Gates told us before the war, Ukraine was the dirtiest country in the world and they're building bio-fucking weapons. I don't know.
There is no doubt in my mind, Senator, and it is classic Russian technique to blame on the other guy what they're planning to do themselves.
Sorry, that there is classic American propaganda.